Hey, sports card collectors and investors, how's everybody doing? Hope everyone is having an awesome Labor Day weekend. I'm actually filming this on Monday, but I believe it's going to go out Tuesday morning. So hope everyone has had a really great weekend getting out there. The weather's been awesome, and we're rolling in, and it's going to be another work week coming up. We've got football season starts on Thursday, Chiefs-Texans. I've got, so I'm going to be on with Flipping Steve tonight, on Tuesday night. I'm going to be on with Brad, the comeback card investor, as well as, I cannot remember his first name again, the Football Card Quest YouTube channel. He's awesome as well. And then also Boris from Hobbybox. We're going to be on talking football and kind of leading up to the season. And then my fantasy football draft is Wednesday night, and then football starts Thursday. My wife isn't going to see me for like 3 months. I want to talk too, I saw that there was a couple of new Michael Jordan rookie card sales, which were out of this world. There was an SGC Gold label 10. So I guess it's kind of like the pristine of the pristine for SGC, but it sold for over $400,000. It's just shocking. I mean, it's not that shocking, but it is kind of shocking, just considering there are 320 of those Michael Jordan rookie card in a PSA 10. So SGC is looking at this as essentially, I guess, I don't know if it would be considered their like the equivalent of a PSA 10, but I think that gold label gives it even more of a maybe like a black label BGS. It's similar, I guess. I'm not really sure. I don't know SGC grading as well, but interested in your feedback on that sale. Is that completely nuts? Or does that card warrant that sort of multiplier in an SGC gold label? I know there's a lot of people that really like SGC grades, and there's some that are kind of, they're more PSA or BGS. So I'd be interested in knowing your feedback. And then just on a regular PSA 10 Jordan went for over $100,000, actually went for $122,000, which is an all-time high, I believe, for the PSA 10. I remember they creeped up, even during the Last Dance, they got up as high as, I think, $98,000, $95,000, but then they retreated back once they started hitting the market. So I don't know if this was a sale where maybe it was like the only one that was being auctioned off. It's just surprising to me, or if it's just that's where the value is going on that particular card. Again, there's over 300 PSA 10s in existence for that Michael Jordan rookie. So wondering too if that was private collector investor or if that was institutional money. On both of these cards, I didn't really check to see. I haven't looked to see kind of who the buyers were, if it was declared at all. So let me know in the comments your feedback on those. I was surprised at those prices. I thought that if anything they'd be kind of retreating back a little bit, but they're not. They're hitting all-time highs, which was pretty cool. Okay, so today, guys, we're going to be talking about some cards that are trending upwards and downwards. Not necessarily, these aren't buy it now cards. This is not a buy it now channel really at all. These are just cards that are trending, and some are up, some are down, and I just like to report on the information. This is certainly not cards that are buy it now or sell it now or any of that. I'm not offering any sort of advice. It's just information. Do with it what you will, or do nothing with it, and that's perfectly good too. All right, so we're going to be talking about first, there's going to be a combination of raw cards, and I do have I've got one graded card in here, so they're mostly raw. They're under $50, so I was kind of looking at that budget. But the other thing is, I know there can be a big variance in price between raw, because it could be a crappy raw card or it could be a great looking raw card. So I tried to choose cards outside of one of them that are high volume transactions, meaning there's a lot of sales of these cards. So hopefully we have a pretty good price point, balance of that price point based on the fact that there's just a lot of transactions. I didn't pick too many. Well, I've got one card that's fairly scarce, but not really. So, we'll talk about it. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the 2019 Prism-based Tyler Herro rookie card. This card has really shot up with the Heat just being dominant in the playoffs. I mean, they just lost their first game to the Bucks a couple of nights ago, and they've been red hot in the bubble and in the playoffs. It looks like they will overtake the Bucks, but it's a 7-game series for a reason. So we'll see what happens there. But this card was $10 in April. These cards were, and you could get them. I mean, they were common. You could get them for $10 back in April, and they're now approaching about $40 each. So just shows you kind of how quickly those have turned around. The Prism sets are so popular that even a base rookie card of a up-and-coming player, $40. You know, I mean, that's wild to me, but I understand it compared to kind of what's been going on in the hobby. All right, next up we've got an 89 Upper Deck Randy Johnson Star Rookie card. This is a card that is very, very common. This is the Ultimate Junk Wax era set, the 1989 Upper Deck Baseball set. This is the Griffey Jr. rookie set where there was a zillion of them printed. And so there's literally, this is a PSA 9, I believe, that I'm looking at. There's 15,000 of these on the Pop Report. There's 15,000 of these on the Pop Report. Let me say that again, 15,000. And this card was at $30 back in June. I think it actually might have gotten a boost maybe with the McGuire and Sosa documentaries. There was some, you know, hype around the those 80s baseball players. And look, Randy Johnson's one of the best pitchers of all time. He's amazing. I'm not a huge baseball expert. I'm not an expert at all in baseball, not even close. But Randy Johnson's a guy that he was a household name when he was playing, and he was an unbelievable pitcher. I remember just like it looks like he's 7 feet tall on the mound. He's got left-handed, and the way that he threw the ball was intimidating. And now, so this card back in June was $30. Now it's half of that price at $15. But it's so common. So I think this is really just kind of, if you want to add that to the PC, I was thinking about maybe adding one just because I like that set, the look of the set. There's some nostalgia there with that set and the Griffey rookie, and it would be cool to have that Randy Johnson in the old Expos uniform. I think that'd be cool to add to the PC. All right, next we got kind of a polarizing figure in the sports card collecting and investing world. It's Zion Williamson. And this is probably one of the more common sets. It's the 2019 Hoops rookie card for him. And again, I mean, there's so many transactions of this card that you see the pricing kind of, it levels out, so you can see where it's at. Leading up to the bubble, with kind of the hype leading up to the Pelicans, you know, ascending into the playoffs and making a run. That was kind of the assumption. This was a $44 card, or maybe it was up to $49. Anyway, $45 to $50 card in the middle of July, leading up to the guys getting back to the bubble. Now it's a $20 card. They're at $19-20. So they have come down significantly with Zion and the Pelican season over. A lot of question marks around him. Can he play long term? Is he going to be riddled with injuries, or is he going to be able to overcome this? Is just kind of a rookie thing that, you know, guys have and they get over it? I mean, Steph Curry had ankle stuff early in his career. He got over it. Michael Jordan broke his foot in his second year, and he was out for almost the entire season. Obviously, he came back and did just fine. So, you know, I think that's going to be such a huge question going into next season, is going to be just all the question marks around Zion and, you know, if he can play. Because when he plays, he's a dominant guy. I mean, he's a dominant player. When you watch him, I think he was averaging 21, 22 points in the bubble. I mean, the guy, he can play in the league. It's just a matter of, can he stay on the court? So interesting to see that. So that's one where, you know, it's a common rookie card for Zion. It's at Hoops base. But I'll be keeping an eye on that card for sure. All right, next up, I've got to throw in a football card of the best quarterback to ever play football. As a New Orleans Saints fan, of course I'm going to say that. This is the 2001 Topps Drew Brees Raw rookie card. This one actually, so this is kind of surprising. This one got up to $100, there's a sale in the $140 range for this Raw in the middle of July. Now again, it could have been an amazing looking Raw copy of this card. So maybe that's the one that went for $140. Maybe it was one where, you know, it really looked fantastic, and so that's why it got that price tag. With Raw, you have to kind of, you know, there's going to be all sorts of variances. So take it with a grain of salt. So it was up to $100, $140, a fair amount of transactions in that range, in that, you know, $80 to $100 range. Now it's back down to $40. So I don't know. There was definitely a big chase for that card in July, and then it's just cooled off. So I don't know if it's just that we're getting to the season now and people are focusing in on different players, maybe some more younger, exciting players in football that people have moved to. But that price has definitely fallen for Brees' rookie. I do have one copy of this card in a BGS 8.5, and the case is cracked, so I've got to figure out how to get that replaced. But I spoke about that in another video, and I got some good advice, so thank you for that, guys. So this one has come down. So I'm just kind of interesting to me. I thought that if anything, it would have held up, going into the season with the excitement of the season, but it hasn't. Okay, last but not least, I'm throwing in a soccer card, and this is the one where there's just not as many sales. So, again, it's kind of like, it's like with vintage cards too. There's not that many vintage graded cards, and so, it's kind of like, you have to take these prices with a grain of salt. It's also good to kind of bid on these and take your time buying these, in my opinion, because you can find deals a lot of times where they're fewer and far between, but you don't have as many people looking at them. Especially, I just bought a Joe Theismann vintage rookie card in a PSA 8. I got a great deal on it compared to some of the other comps. It was an auction. I threw a number out there, didn't think I was going to win, and I won. So this is a 2018 Timo Werner. He is German, so I'm assuming that's Werner. And for all you soccer fans that are going to say that I can't pronounce all the soccer players' names right, you are correct, but I was born in Bitburg, Germany. Fun fact. So, sprechen Sie Deutsch? Not really, but okay. So we're talking about Werner's base raw 2018 Prism card. I don't know. I don't want to call that a rookie card because I'll get blasted, because I'm sure there's some sticker out there that's the real rookie card. But anyway, this is one that sold as high as $120 in the middle of August, and now their sales at $50. Soccer has cooled off a lot. Basketball prices have cooled off a lot. And so I've been listening to other people talk about this and kind of the why behind it, and it makes sense. I mean, a lot of people are saying that people are moving resources to other sports like football, or baseball. Those are kind of the sports where the excitement is there, and so basketball and soccer have kind of cooled off, which does make sense. I think I want to watch that and just see as we head up into the basketball playoffs, and then also just off season and leading into, the next season is right around the corner. The next season is in end of December, early January, so there's not really much of an off season. So I'll be curious to watch basketball pricing and see how it fares. So guys, what do you think of these? Do you own any of these? Are you buying these? Do you like these? I think there's a lot of like PC options here that I like. And then a lot of these guys are young players with that are prospects. So it's prospecting, but fun to talk about. Thank you very much for joining. If you have not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? We've got over 200 videos on the channel. We're putting them out daily. We've got live streams going. We've got the paintings back here, Rice and Doncic. We're killing it, guys. Thank you very much for joining, and we will talk to you again next time.